Hi everyone, and welcome to today's class. You may notice that the atmosphere is quite heated up. Anyway, I think we all know what July has been. Well, actually, since April, everything was going just up. And maybe you feel like I do, it's like I'm done with that. But as we know, we're headed towards the next lunar eclipse, full moon on the 7th of September, and you just may notice that. So, of course, it's very important to just like internally step back a little bit, make sure you are in your center, and don't accept any invitation to enter into conflict. That's the advice from my guides. So yeah, if you notice that things are moving faster and seem like a little out of control, try to stay centered and to be in control of your inner peace. And this is what we need. Right. Good luck with that was like what I just had in mind, but we know we can do it, so here we go. The workout will help. Little toes in line with your hips or muscle line, little fingers in line with the shoulders, nose, sternum, navel, pubic bone in line. Sit bones together, and then it's like a fountain coming through the crown of your head, where my hair is together. Now, ribs together, navel towards your spine. And then we've got the knees and elbows relaxed, and we start with the reaffirmation of the upper arms. So, you think your palms to the front, just having your arms hanging loosely by your sides, shoulder blades parallel, little fingers towards the thumbs, everything's long, ribs together, and here we go. Lengthening. Just have the energy, no pushing, no straining, relaxing. Invest the energy in this fountain. Yeah, so if you think you're not working enough, send more energy, lengthening, visualize that, and you'll notice that you are working your abs more. And of course, breathing, all this helps you to center yourself. And of course, if you could do this outside, on the lawn somewhere, this would be so amazingly grounding and relax. Okay, palms to the back, thumbs towards the little fingers, everything's long, ribs together, lengthen the entire back, everything's long, and just relax. One more time, thumbs towards the little fingers, everything's long, ribs together, lengthening. And just make sure that you're not trying to force yourself, because that's not what it's about. You do what you can do, and that's enough. The important thing is not that it looks as I am doing it. The important thing is that you feel what I am just describing. So it's underneath your delta muscle, not anything to do with your shoulders. Lengthening, just feel the energy from your fingertips. And if you can't, no worries, visualize it, visualize the fountain, and at some point you'll notice. Okay, with that same muscle coordination, we're going to the end of the mat, lengthening everything, and just slowly down, relaxing, having everything hanging loosely. And of course, you're not expected to do that, you're expected to relax your knees, so bend them at any point that you need it, and you can put some books, yoga blocks, or a little chair here to reach to just reach where you need to reach. Yeah, so no problem. Breathing in, And on the out breath, yeah, I'm still here, struggling. Lengthening the back and just release, breathing in. And on the out breath, lengthen, sit bones head. And one more time, breathing in and lengthening and just relaxing, and the blood flows down, breathe. Now we're repeating this, looking at the middle finger, which means we're lengthening and turning while our arm is floating, describing a semicircle, but floating. It's just the indicator where we need to look. Bring in and sit bones head, lengthening, and now looking at the middle finger, describing the biggest possible circle. Don't go too fast. Navel in to come back and to always have this relaxed, yeah? Okay, so always breathe in. On the out breath, think of lengthening. I'm doing it a little bit, but please try to not push anything. I'm just trying to make it visible for you. I'm very happy if that's almost not visible with you. Lengthening and in here, yes, and just relaxing down. Okay, breathing in, on the out breath, coming up, and then you feel the length and lengthening, and I just feel that on this side it's not running as smoothly as on the other. Lengthening, so I'm going to do one more to the left, because this side is no problem lengthening, but the other, yes. So let's see what I can do. Visualizing the length. Lengthening, feeling. So just make sure that you follow your own intuition. Yes, I took it a little slower, and that was, as usual, the key. And relax. Yes, still, this is not where it should be. Okay. And relax. Okay. The next exercise that we're doing, standing up, you can skip it if it scares you, but if you would like some stability in your life, don't be afraid. You can do it in that same way that we've just been doing it. It's about the lengthening here and how to separate your weight off your legs so we have less issues, lower back, hips, and especially with our knees, okay? And it creates stability, so not only in your body, all is one, it also creates it in your life. Okay, so from here, same procedure, sit bones lengthening, hips parallel to the floor, wherever you are, fine, and now you bend one leg, coming up, lengthening the back, visualizing the center line and two parallel lines and just the length. And for as long as your thoughts make a difference, you stay there. If not anymore, take a break, yes, or change over to the other leg. Making sure that the heel of your supporting leg is always on the floor. That's an important one. Okay, other side. And lengthening. Yeah, just see how I can manage. Lengthening, center, one. Lengthening, elbows relaxed, not outside because that doesn't help your shoulders. Make sure you're long and you've got your hands level. Yes, wow. Just have your blood flowing back and breathe. Okay, good. Now, one more repetition, or you lengthen a little bit more, whatever you can. Well, you think lengthening and then you just see what comes out of that. Yes, no problem. And always remember, this is all long. I'm not trying to do anything with my knee. Lengthening. Yeah, no, just making sure that we're not twisting the hip. flat flowing back, whatever you need. Yeah, today I seem to need that. Other side. And then I will change and do it dynamically, because that's what the guides say I need to do to loosen this all up a little bit, because it's very stiff because of what happened during the last years with all these contractions there. Lengthening. So you do it as you notice. Maybe you just need to do it feeling. Yes, lengthening. Visualizing the lines, or dynamically like I do it. Visualizing a big circle. And maybe that's not alternating legs, but like several times with the same leg. Yeah, sometimes I always have to do it differently. It's always like what the guides say. So, there. Okay, feeling your way. And relax. Wow, there's a lot going on there. Okay, you just relax your back. Maybe you want to stretch out a bit. Try to feel how your body is feeling. Where does it feel weird? Where is tension? Maybe there's also some sort of pain. Give it a shake, like three-dimensional with your arms. Maybe the trembling of the Chinese medicine, this exercise here. Yeah, so you loosen up everything. It really makes a difference to doing it like this. So if you want to try that out for yourself, so really feel what your body is, how it's doing today. Yeah. And if you like some more some more massage, head down, elbows closed, and here we go. Just relaxing here. And relaxing, lengthening, whatever you need. This is what my body just does without asking permission. So if it feels good, go for that. Yeah, and the guys already said that we'll start with some exercise and technique to center ourselves. So where are we here? Little toes in line with the hips on muscle line. And please take your hands behind your head. Now breathing in, on the out breath, lengthen from the sit bone to your head. So make sure you're not doing it like this, but lengthening. And I'm sure you can see the difference. So you come up the biggest possible circle, not necessarily as much as you can. That's not of interest. Lengthening, because what is of interest is to have all the layers of your abs working, starting from the very inside. You can only do that by lengthening everything, because as you may know, there are muscles close to the spine which go from the very bottom to the very top, and we're trying to reach those. Okay? So, having done that twice, now come up again. And by the way, if there is a lot of tension behind your neck, I know it feels a little uncomfortable here, but first we lengthen here and then we lengthen all this. Okay? It does not work the other way around. So, yeah. You can always push with your head against your hands. This also alleviates tension in this area. So now we're getting the legs up, lengthening, and you don't have to be able to do that. You can be here, thinking of your sit bones in line with your heels, and that's perfect. Navel in. That's what we need. What we need is the length here, visualized, the length here, visualized, two ways with the navel in. Yeah, and that's all. Okay. So wherever you are is fine. Sit bones head lengthening. It's just important if you have the flexibility that you use it. Okay, lengthening, because your body always does what it can. And if you're If you stop to practice something, it will stop being able to do it at some point. Okay, so if you want to be able to do certain things, you need to practice that somehow. Okay, sit bones, head lengthening. You can even practice it visualizing for a while, yeah, but at some point, of course, action has to be taken. So from here or here, wherever you are, now we just open the big toes. The heels stay together, okay? So you've got your heels, and then you just open and turn. And while rotating, you need to lengthen here and here to have the freedom in the hip. Lengthening, and lengthening, and relaxing. Okay, right. And we continue with the hip circles. Sit bones, head lengthening. And of course, if you feel like you want to do that again, and not do this exercise or do it later, do that. Follow your intuition. Navel in, lengthening, or here. And now, just thinking sit bones and navel together, you can just turn and turn. Very slowly, navel in, lengthening, lengthening. Could also be a little massage for your lower back. Very tiny. Always make sure that there's no stress behind your neck. So maybe wanting to push with your head against your hands a little bit and relaxing. Okay, well done. One more, lengthening, coming up. Okay, now they want to stretch out the legs. So from here, you think long, lengthening from the sit bones to your heel, one line. If your navel comes out while you're doing this, this is when it stops, when you stop. So if it comes out here, you go back. Making sure you do not go back in, but that you sink energy out of your knee. And in doing so, and then keeping the fountain going, you'll notice that your hip joints are feeling that there's no freedom, okay? It feels a lot better. So what we do is 8 in alternating legs, little toe in line with your hips or muscle line, lengthening from the knee out, and also sit bone heel. So it's not on the floor, it's in the air. So lengthening, navel in, and at the end I'm always getting or slowing down because I'm trying to feel the muscles and to not do any harm to my knee joint. So I'm lengthening very smoothly. 2 more. And I think we then have been doing 8, no 6 they say, okay, so I'm doing 2 more, okay. I don't know if they tricked me, you know, they say 8, so, as you know, your intuition over mine, okay, so now I'm slightly looking towards the knee, which also makes assures that my diagonal abs work, not only the straight ones, but also the diagonal ones, lengthening. You always go as far as you can, so nothing extra. And I've got to do 2 more, I get told. Right, so maybe 2 more. And lengthening. And wow. Okay, I felt that. I don't know how that was for you. Okay, a little relaxation, whatever you need, before we do the next one. And they show me again leg exercises, so it's like there's a lot of stretching out to do. Okay. Right, but first of all, they put something else in. Rolling up, rolling down in alignment. Okay. So from here, again, little toes in line with your hips or muscle line. And I will show you first a version for someone who's new on this channel, and then trying to show the other extreme so you can choose what to do. Yeah, and of course you know what to do in between these two. Sit bones head lengthening, biggest possible circle to come up. Now make sure that your nose, sternum, navel, pubic bone are in line. Now with one hand or both, grabbing your inner thighs, sliding out a little bit as much as you need to come up, to be able to come up. Lengthen here and lengthen up. So you think this is relaxed, therefore elbows close to your body, and you visualize like air or whatever you like, a color in between your vertebrae, so you keep lengthening from your sit bones to your head. Elbows closed, relaxing here, and then coming up, lengthening, and from your pubic bone, lengthening to your navel, going back down, lengthening, and then whatever you need, wherever you need to be, bending your legs and going again. Okay, so that's the first version. The other one, you can lengthen your arms, little fingers in line with your shoulders, little toes in line with your hips or muscle line, whatever is wider. Now you lengthen in your mind, yeah, because otherwise your shoulders will come up. Now you check that you've got your little fingers in line with your shoulders. Sit bones head lengthening. Now, lowering your arms and slowly coming up. This is all relaxed, lengthening here, and coming up, 90 degrees, sit bones head in line. This is slightly lower. Now, watch out for the lines here, and then lengthening, side, back, front, everything's relaxed. Coming up, again, sit bones head in line. First thing, to lengthen the back, and then you can think about lengthening the legs. So wherever you need to be, you are. Okay, now elbows are relaxed as well. And from my pubic bone, I keep lengthening everything, arms down, so everything's relaxed here. And then slowly going down, relaxing. Okay, so you choose your version, but I would say we do 3, and here we go. I'll be doing this version, and you choose yours. Lengthening, coming up, sit bones head, lengthening, slowly down, up, and lengthening forwards, and down we go. And up again, wow, lengthen, slowly down, and up. Make sure that your fingers are on. I just noticed my left hand was not there. Breathing in, lengthening. Make sure that you do it in your own timing. So maybe I should not just say anything. Lengthening, keep thinking long, relax your upper body, and up, and slowly down. Breathing in, and one more, last time. Breathing in, sit bones to your head, lengthening, and slowly down. And they already said, no, we've got to get up one more time. They want some more, some extra. Okay, so here we go, but not an entire one, it's just coming up. Yeah, so we do that, then coming up one more time, lengthening, and then I'm showing you what they want. Breathing in, lengthening. I'm showing you first of all for newbies. So when you're here and you're about to lengthen, to relax here, yeah, do that, by the way, and then come up. and have your elbows close to your body, lengthening one arm and lengthen your entire upper body, because it's not about the arm. The arm's floating as at the beginning, because that's exactly what we're doing. We're lengthening and stretching the entire back, rotating. Lengthen, 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 and lengthen. Go slowly. As you can see, I'm not turning my palms at any point. I just feel to where I've got the maximum length here and here, okay? So when you are in the other position, when you're somewhere here, make sure your elbows relax. You're not doing anything like this. Sit bones head, there's the length. And then your length is here. And you look at the middle finger, lengthening, coming back, relaxing. And you can have your head down, lengthen, looking at the middle finger, making sure your shoulder blades are parallel. Yeah, you're not overdoing it. Ribs together. Notice your abs. And do two more, lengthening. So you're just opening to where you notice middle finger in line with your elbow, with your underarm. It's like a continuation, and your elbows are relaxed as your knees are lengthening. Edge through the head from the sit bones, so it's fountain that keeps on going, and then just lengthen and lower and relax your back. Okay, good. They keep surprising me. They want all fours. Okay, so here we go. Okay. So, if you find that your knees are a little delicate, put something underneath like a blanket or a cushion so you feel comfortable. Now, from the little toes in line with your knees and little fingers, we just navel in, sit bones, navel activated, and now from your pubic bone to your navel, you just think pushing it out, not up here, yes. Elbows are in line, and just massage a little bit. Not too much, just find and feel the lower back. Of course, if you do feel that well, you can also go a little higher, meaning using the upper spine, but normally I find that if we're just thinking about the entire back, the upper part reacts well, and nothing's happening in the lower part, and I would just like to concentrate on that a little bit more, or the guides to be more accurate. So now lengthening one leg, making sure you don't lift your foot. If it does not come off the floor, fantastic. Now, until you've got again your heels in line with your sit bones and the little toes in line with your muscle line or your hips. So that's really lengthening. And make sure when you come back, hips are parallel, obviously, that you stay hip wide open, because very often, each time you get a little closer together, and then in the end you are shifting your hips, yes, and that's what we want. Lengthen, and just feel at the end if that really is the longest line. Now we've done 4, and what we now do is lengthen a little bit more, thinking like part of the circle until we are parallel to the floor, lifted, lengthening and lowering. And again, lengthening, lengthening and lowering. And lengthening. Okay, now add your arm if you like, take a breath.
lengthen. Make sure that the energy flows through your fingertips. Lengthening. Okay. And lengthening. And lower. And one more. So that was quick, only 4. Okay, just go back, relax your back, or just let the blood flow back. Okay, no. Surprise, they just want some push-ups, so front push-ups. So we do the ladies version first, then I do a version for the gentlemen, and after that a little challenge for those gentlemen who feel like unchallenged, bored, all this. Okay, so please ladies, don't copy me on the rest. Yes, please do it in this version. Okay, so on your knees, and all we do is we need to have the arms closed so that we can lengthen the entire body, because it's always about the fountain. It's not about going very low, it's about the length and the strength here. Okay, really trying to get more strength there, to not have your wrists at risk at any point, or your shoulders. So making sure you're in a diagonal line from your knees to your head, and you relax your elbows, and now you're coming up, sit bones, head. And it's all about the amount of strength that you have in your center to get you up, and not anything to do with your arms. Okay, so sit bones, head, lengthening, and again relaxing, sit bones, head, and relax. Okay, so after that, relax. When you're new, just try and find the position, maybe do one, take a break, and go again. Okay, so for the gentlemen, we've got the little fingers in line with the little toes, so make sure you're not taking it too close. And then same thing diagonally, just relaxing the elbows, coming up. Just relaxing, coming up. And relax, come up. Make sure that the energy comes right through your head, so it's absolutely flowing through. Okay? And now, doing something extra, we just lengthen one leg. So the energy of the fountain goes, of course, here, but also there's a little energy through one heel, and well, through both, but a little more through one, and then you can do it like here. And you've got the line right, and the leg holds itself because you're sending energy in 2 directions at the same time, as we all know by the law of physics. That makes a balance. So it's not about holding. Don't do anything holding. I don't want that. I'm really interested in the legs. Okay, so let's see what else. No, that was it. Well, it felt really short, but well, I hope you got enough out of it. If not, there's a lot more available for you on this channel. So thank you very, very much for your participation in today's class. And of course, if you'd like to help me in the channel, please play the YouTube game. And if you're interested to know more from my guides, they've got weekly energy forecasts, which you find on YouTube, Heike Bartels, and there's also a daily dose from them on Instagram at Heike Dance. Lots and lots of love, and I see you for the next workout.